Welcome back to Thursday's Daily Rundown with me, Dan Morfitt. Ayesa, Toure and Ashliegh Talbot are still here. Ready for more of the stories of the day?
Yeah, go on.
Ayesa, you ready?
Yeah. I am indeed.
Lovely. The company who sent a woman home from work for refusing to wear high heels says it has updated its uniform policy. A temporary worker was told to change into high heels when she arrived for her first day at the London offices of accountancy firm PricewaterhouseCoopers, wearing flat shoes. The 27-year-old was sent home without pay after she was told she had to wear the high heels with a height of at least 2 to 4 inches. She started a petition and it's now going to be discussed in Parliament. So, was the woman in her flat shoes right to get on her high horse?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. How is it possible that in 2016 we still have people telling women what to wear and then telling them that they have to wear high heels? I mean, the idea is just. I was stunned when I read that was still happening in this day and age. Somewhere as you know, prestigious and old and established as PricewaterhouseCoopers.
I can understand if you get sent home.
This is stunning.
I can understand if you get sent home at a strip joint because you're not going to look sexy in pumps.
Exactly, but you're not sexualised. Just doing your day job as a receptionist at PwC. You've
got your feet under a desk.
No, well, she was saying that she walks a lot. She has to meet and greet people. Yeah, exactly. She's on her feet more or less 8 hours a day. But the idea that even if she weren't, the idea that you're telling the woman, no, you have to go home, either go out and buy some heels or go home without pay, I just think is stunningly bad, stunningly sexist, and I simply can't believe that still happens in 2016.
Ashliegh, couldn't she have just gone to New Look? Honestly, £7, pair of heels, job done.
Are you serious though? Like so
you've got to play devil's advocate. Of course, I agree. It's stupid.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. But so if you think about it though, Mr. Man,
Mr.
right?
Man,
so
yeah.
if you were there first day of your new job, and you were told, commanded, in fact, like, no, those shoes, you can't wear those shoes. You have to wear some different shoes, which are uncomfortable, and they're painful, and you have to spend money on them and kind of potentially ruin your feet over time as well, right? You have to do that or we will send you home without pay. You'd have a lot to say about it.
But particularly because they're saying as well, it's not just that they're saying that the shoes that she had on, I'm wearing flat shoes here. They're more or less saying that these shoes that I have on are not acceptable to the dress code. You are dressed inappropriately because you do not have your high heels on.
If a man
That's outrageous.
If a man turned up at PwC in, I don't know, Dunlop green flashes or some Sambas at an accountancy firm, he would be told, go home and change your shoes.
But it's a matter of equality, isn't it? The man was wearing shoes, she was wearing shoes, and she was wearing...
No, but I'm saying if a man was wearing trainers...
He would be wearing trainers, whereas a woman is wearing shoes. It's different. She wasn't wearing trainers, she was wearing shoes. A man is wearing shoes, she is wearing shoes. And they're saying that wasn't equal because her shoes were not high heels. If he came in wearing trainers and the woman's wearing shoes, that's different. That's not smart. That's not... business attire.
Won't there be calls of a nanny state though with this? Because I've seen idiots turn up for bar work in flip-flops, and you can't legally wear flip-flops behind a bar because of broken glass. You should wear steel-toe caps if you're going down to the cellar.
Off, exactly.
If we start to put this into legislation, you cannot tell people to wear high heels. Where does it stop?
Well, hopefully, like with the destruction of capitalism and the removal of a patriarchal system of society. But obviously, that's maybe like something to work on over the next few years. Seriously, I don't understand the implication that by saying, okay, actually, we're not going to let companies force people to wear high-heeled shoes, which again, I will say does have issues for your feet,
bunions,
your
bunions,
back and
your ankles,
your
your knees, your hips.
There was after this whole thing started. There was a waitress who shared photographs of again another place which said, well, wear heels for being a waitress, and she shared pictures of her feet and shoes covered in blood.
You can't be a waitress wearing heels. It's impossible.
This place asked that of her, and no one's been making a fuss until this story came up in London with PricewaterhouseCoopers.
And do you believe, is it the women saying, I just don't believe this is a woman thing? Women would be going, yeah, I so know what you mean. Why are they making you wear, heels? We're not making nurses wear heels. We're not making, police women wear heels.
I saw Juliet Bravo. They were sort of like little step heels rather than stilettos.
Wedges.
Oh, well, I mean,
wedge
I guess,
police boots.
I guess that makes it quite a lot better. Quick question though: have you ever worn heels?
Yes.
Ah, well, okay. So I'm sure there's quite a story to tell.
They're absolutely awful.
They're dreadful.
I can't get my head around women ever wearing heels because they look painful. They are.
Yeah, no, they look painful. But I mean, it wasn't a woman that designed the stiletto heel, was it? It was a case of, no, we want our women to look like this.
And it's a man saying, you must look like this.
It's supposed to make all the bumps go out in the right place. It's supposed to straighten the back and make the posture better.
This is why the whole thing irritates me so much. It's that, that woman's told to go home. She's not dressed properly. And who is telling her that she's not dressed? It's a male idea of what she is supposed to look like as a smart businesswoman, as the face of PwC. That is outrageous.
They have changed the uniform policy, though, today. Should that be as far as it goes?
I mean, I'm surprised they weren't asking them to have a full face of makeup and red lips and all sorts. I mean, if they're going to carry on like this.
Do you know what, though? I am wearing a full face of makeup tonight, so... Right, let's look at our next story now. A London music festival has cancelled an appearance by US rapper Azalea Banks after she used racist language in a series of tweets to former One Direction star Zayn Malik. The controversial African-American artist accused Malik of copying her style on his latest music video in the messages, which he has since deleted. Banks also called the 23-year-old, who is partially of Pakistani origin and was brought up in Bradford, and his supporters as well, curry-scented, Punjab, brown boy, and homophobic remarks as well, amongst many, many others. Now, after the story broke, she has actually been suspended by Twitter, and the Home Office is actually considering Banks' actions and whether she should actually be allowed to enter the UK in the future. So is this more trouble with Banks?
I'm not really aware of her as an artist.
Don't know who she is.
I don't know who she is, but I thought it was an interesting story in that she's been banned from the festival, which I think is entirely right.
Yeah.
I just think these people all these people who just like trolling and they think they're so clever. It seems to me that this is what they think.
I'm so edgy.
Exactly.
I'm so edgy.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm a rapper. I'm so edgy.
I was on the radio for 17 years. I've got no idea who she is. I listened to her song today. I think it's called 212. Not got a clue. That's not the name of the title. That's me not having a clue.
Well, I mean, so I'm not aware of Azalea Banks as a singing artist and performer. I'm aware of her as someone who uses racist and homophobic abuse to lots of different people on Twitter.
I thought she was available in garden centres, and that's it.
Right? I mean, so she did have a go at the other Azalea, Iggy Azalea.
Oh, is there another one?
Yeah. But there was a whole talk of appropriation, and that conversation seemed valid. It's just everything else since, where she's been calling people all sorts of homophobic and racist slurs.
It's very, very weird because, researching this story, she's gone on record before to say that she's actually bisexual, so cannot be homophobic.
Oh, yeah.
She says I am black, so I cannot be racist.
Rubbish.
And she's also endorsed Donald Trump.
Yeah. So this is a woman who's never heard the word internalized.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Why? Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that we're even having this conversation. It's like, do you know what?
Because we've given her publicity which she obviously
So people are going to
craves.
go and look on Twitter and go, well, I can't see the tweets that they're talking about because they've been deleted.
But I think it is quite good though, because it also shows it's what we were saying about inverted racism, inverted prejudice. People do have inverted prejudice, and it just shows this idea that I can't be racist because I'm black, or I can't be homophobic because I'm gay. Of course, people can. People have prejudices. It's as simple as that, and I think that what is quite good is at exposing that and making people aware that you can't just kind of hide behind the fact that I'm a rapper, like you say, I'm so cool, I'm edgy, this is just what we do, it's part of our culture, yo. I mean, it's not, kind of, I just don't.
That was so street to hurt.
I was trying, I've been practicing.
What she's come out with on Twitter, looking at other tweets, her replies to some of Zayn Malik's fan base, and come on, he's from 1D, he's got some rabid fans.
Why is she
Yum.
irked by somebody? It's hardly as if they're in competition.
No, but
Right.
she's been terrible to them. You know, you smell of curry and all of this. But to him in particular, some homophobic remarks.
Yes.
You know, even blasts of tokenism against him. You know, he was 1/5 of the biggest musical export from Britain before Adele. She just seems to be very, very insecure in her own self. I think it's great that this festival in London has immediately cancelled her, and they put up a great statement saying we are about inclusivity, not just in London but across UK and worldwide. We won't have these remarks from one person against another. You're not invited. The fact that the Home Office are involved now is great, because what she's done with her public platform and persona is preached hate.
Yeah. And alienated herself entirely. I mean, as you say, they're now considering not letting her in the country at all. And it's not, well, you've got to be... The idea that you can just get on your computer or on your phone and just you know, tweet out all this just vile rubbish. You know, people do need to know that that this cannot happen. You know, that there will be sanctions.
And so why is Katie Hopkins still around?
Yeah, there was something else that I read about Katie Hopkins, and again, I don't know how she gets away with it.
I don't think
really
Katie Hopkins has done rap or worn those. Why do rappers wear all those big knickers?
I would pay to see Katie Hopkins rap.
And on that beautiful mental image, that's all we have time for in this part of the show. Next on the Daily Rundown, we'll be talking about Brain Injury Awareness Week with guest Susan Guest. And our other guests will have their something to say too. Back in a bit.